Happy episode 2000. Welcome everyone to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, we'll be discussing Bitcoin buyer dominance at 111 suggests another wave of gains. Also breaking news, Bitwise research says that 427 billion of institutional money is about to buy 4.2 million Bitcoin. The supply shock is real. TikTok. Also, trader with 800 million Bitcoin long says he is not selling, he's buying. And in fact, he added to the position now 1.2 billion, literally risking it all. We'll also be discussing Lending ditches ETH, shifts to full custody model for the Bitcoin loans, as well as US Bitcoin ETFs near record month after 1.5 billion of inflows in 2 days. Also, Michael Saylor has a new Bitcoin prediction, and it is not $13 million. Also breaking news, $300,000 Bitcoin price by June is now the most popular call option. That's right, 300K in play within the next 30 days. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Now, welcome everyone to the live stream, tri-stream, and so awesome. Episode 2000 is finally amongst us. It's been a very, very long journey, and it's a beautiful thing with Bitcoin tapping 112,000. Now, I have the black screen of death today, so my screen doesn't show anything. So let me open my app and make sure we're good. Let me know if you can see here and all that fun stuff. It does look good on my end. We should be streaming right now on X, Rumble, and YouTube. It's a tri-stream live stream, special time 420 for the broskies, and I will be streaming for the next couple of hours. I'm going to go ahead and pin the stream to the top of the profile, as you already know. And if you guys can repost the Bitty stream, it's always greatly appreciated. And shout out to everyone in that live chat, including Ricardo, Talent Bird, Greg, DNA, Tammy, Oracle, Bill, Sweet Biddy McGee, Lifeline, TJM. I appreciate all the love and congrats on episode number 2000. Mad respect. I just went ahead and pinned the stream. Let's see here. Pin to your profile. It should be officially pinned. You're going to notice it up here. Again, if you guys can comment, quote the stream, I'll be able to repost it, and we'll go from there. But with all that being shared, welcome everybody. I got my cup of espresso to celebrate episode 2000. And I'm very excited. Welcome, welcome. See less black screen of death is an MS Windows thing. Well, specifically with streaming on Streamlabs, it happens like 1 out of 20 episodes. And it's crazy. So I can't see what you see, but I can see on my mobile app. So as long as I have my app open, I can see what you guys see and I could monitor the stream. Typically, it's easier because I can just look straight ahead and see everything. So just heads up, if I'm looking a little down throughout the stream, it's because I'm, got to see what's going on and all that good stuff. But it's all good. Again, welcome everyone joining us. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Good afternoon. It's that time. And currently the all-time high is still 112. We did tap 112 just the other day. So current all-time high is in. We took a breather, but we're still maintaining and going strong. You already know. See, kind of, sort of, kind of. But anyways, welcome everybody. Repost the stream. We'll get this mofo started in a New York second.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
And speaking of going up forever, shout out Michael Saylor. I dare say one of the most hilarious moments, if not the most hilarious moment in Bitcoin history, is when Saylor unalived Scottie Pippen after Pippen allegedly is best friends with Satoshi. I mean, this is such a classic moment in Bitcoin history. There's actually a meme I shared for it as well. So I just find it freaking so funny. And this is it. I met Satoshi a while ago. And then meanwhile, Saylor's unaliving him with his death stare, literally. So shout out to the Giga Chad. Always hilarious.
Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin.
Shout out Crypto Surge. He put just heads up, CNA fam, JV goes live 420. Be a special episode for the 2000 stream for the CNA. So strap in. Thank you, brother. Always greatly appreciated. A massive shout out to Surge. Mad respect. Appreciate all the support. Yeah, Bill says, I told you about the pullback. It usually happens when you cross the big supply resistance areas. There's too many buyers in the area, so it is holding. Right on, Mara, right on. I'm staying at the Best Western. Oh, that's right. Oracle, when do you arrive? You'll be there Monday. Excellent. Monday is the Bitcoin Sports Network kickoff pre-event party with Max and Stacy. So I'm sure you guys are going to have a blast. So that's what's happening. Obviously, 30,000 Bitcoiners are going to be taking over Las Vegas here. And I bet most of them will probably be arriving this weekend. So very exciting times. Will Bitcoin hit a new all-time high during the conference? Or do you think we'll dump some like previous event weeks? Let me know your thoughts on that as well. And I'm going to sip on some more caffeine, and then we are going to kick off this stream. Again, welcome everyone. Congrats on 112 to all the Bitcoiners. This is a track actually created by a fellow Bitty musician by the name of Ray Egan. He created this around the time we hit 110, and we've never played it on the stream. So I'm going to play it, or at least a portion of it, and shout out Ray Egan. Appreciate the track.
Yeah, for know what I think it is a nice fine day. 110K is really in play. Most of the chart seems like it's in slow-mo, but the retail crowd will be in big FOMO.
First up and down, the volatility is thick. You know it's just normal, not a fake card trick.
The money is there, all you have to do is bet. Put your money on down and you'll get there yet.
Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin go. All you have to do is to buy and sell.
Breaking news, President Trump praises Bitcoin and crypto in the gala dinner speech, saying the smartest minds in the world are working on it. A lot of people are starting to believe bullish, and that's for those who were the top holders of the Trump meme coin. You got invited to some dinner event, and he gave a little speech, so that was just a little glimpse of what happened. I think that was just yesterday as well. Daniel Jackson says fire. Let's go.
A nice fine day, 110K is really in play. Most of the chart seems like it's in slow-mo, but the retail crowd will be in big FOMO. Up and down, the volatility is thick. You know it's just normal, not a fake card trick. The money is there, all you have to do is bet. Put your money on down and you'll get there yet. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin go. All you have to do is to buy and sell.
Let's go. But let's kick this mofo off. If you are new to the channel, very important, smash the likes, go ahead, subscribe, then ring the bell, turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day. Just like this. This is a very special day. It's episode 2000. That's right. This is CNA episode 2000. A huge milestone, as I've been doing this virtually every day for the past 7 years. So it feels good to be here, especially with Bitcoin hitting the new all-time high of 112. Price discovery is still in play. Some targets are 300,000. In fact, the most bullish of the bullish bulls are putting their money where their mouth is. That's the target right now. 300,000 by June. There's a lot of positions we're going to be discussing regarding this, and billion-dollar wagers on that price. So it's game on, game on. But anyways, fam, what was I going to say? Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. You should be able to see Coin 360. Let me know if you can see clearly on your screen. We have Bitcoin pull back some, currently down 2% on the day, still maintaining above 1087. We also have Ether down 3%, XRP, the bulk of the altcoin market all correcting, following the big dog Bitty. You already know. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. We're currently sitting on a 3.42 trillion crypto market cap. The Bitcoin market cap is $2.158 trillion. We got 169 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. And currently, Bitcoin dominance is an even 63%, with the Ether dominance even McGeven 9%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, we got 4 leading the pack, up 11%, followed by BitGet token up 7%, followed by the Hyperliquid up 5%. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles. We get a visual perspective. Yesterday, virtually everything was in the green. Today, virtually everything back in the red. And zooming out for the weekly, I dare say 80-20 green over red, and zoom it out on the monthly, the bulk of the market in the green, at least for the past 30 days. It's been pretty bullish for the past 7 weeks, and you'll see when we pull up the live charts in a little bit. Stay tuned. And checking out the infamous Crypto Greed and Fear Index. As of today, we're back in the extreme greed. The higher this number goes, the more likely of a pullback. Lo and behold, the number finally hit extreme greed for the first time in a hot minute. And we do have a little bit of an itty-bitty pullback. Yesterday, 72. Last week, a 71. And last month, a 72 in greed. And checking out the infamous time chain calendar. We're on block height number 898,009. We have literally 151,991 blocks until the halving of 2028. And as of today, you can exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 918 sats. And before you know it, 1 sat per dollar equals $100 million Bitcoin. And if you don't know, now you know. So there you have it, bitty broskies and bitty baddies alike all around the world. Bitcoin is now number 4 top ranked global assets. Let's go, Greg. It feels like we just hit number 5 the other day. Honestly, Trump is the main source of the bitty volatility this year, or the buying opportunities. I did see like a big tariff, I think in the UK. Was that the reason we got all the volatility today? 109 for the B with the line through it makes it look like the money. CNA 2000 sounds like a Chinese stock index. Precisely. Gensler's done more than crypto than Trump, Adam says. How dare you? That's like saying the Biden administration has done more for the bitty than the Trump administration by weaponizing us and declaring a war on crypto. How dare you stack thy bitty? You should worship thou dollar, stack it in your bank account, and have fun staying poor.
Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin go. All you have to do is to buy and sell.
I pulled out the box of stogies. We're going to get a fresh one straight out of the plastic. This is a celebratory Bitty Pod number 2000. Make some noise. Don't forget to give it up for your former chairman of the SEC, Nippinator.
On crypto, put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sold. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold.
Yes, this is episode 2000, very special episode. So thank you, Chris. We're celebrating today. The EU will provide us with the liquid to buy more of the biddies. Shout out to the UK, shout out to the champ, and all the biddy champs out there. Barek says at 300,000, $1 will buy 333 sats. Send it. Let's get it. Joshua 24:15, for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And speaking of biblical quotes, I got one of my favorites saved. Shout out Frankie Calabro for sending it to me. I'm going to read it out loud. Little biblical quote for you. Philippians 4:19 says, as you sit quietly in my presence, remember that I am a God of abundance. I will never run out of resources. My capacity to bless you is unlimited. You live in a world of supply and demand where necessary things are often scarce. Even if you personally have enough, you see poverty in the world around you. It is impossible for you to comprehend the lavishness of my provisions, the fullness of my glorious riches. Through spending time in my presence, you gain glimpses of my overflowing vastness. These glimpses are tiny foretaste of what you will experience eternally in heaven. Even now, you have access to as much of me as you have faith to receive. Powerful. Rejoice in my abundance, living by faith, not by sight. Can I get an amen? And thank you, Tammy, for sparking that inspiration there. And shout out my homie, Frankie Calabro. Puerto Rico must have its own SEC chair. Creatures They're lizards. They're iguanas, just FYI. The iguanas are running rampant in Puerto Rico. Yeah, I mean, I've got to get to the hotel and sleep on Monday for the kickoff party. Who else is going to be at the kickoff party? Let me know. In 2010, 2 pizzas cost 10,000 Bitcoin. Now, guess how much? 1.1 billion. Was it worth the pizza? Yeah, he's a legend. Shout out Laszlo and happy pizza day. I think that was yesterday, right? Today, those 10,000 biddies are exactly 1.1 billion. It's wild, to say the least. And Bitcoin's just kicking off, yo. How many millions of percent has Bitcoin increased over the years? And people have the tenacity to doubt that Bitcoin's going to go to 1 million or 1.1 million in play. I wouldn't have this doctor prescription for the 1.1 million if I didn't believe it. And speaking of doctors, let's make fun of them real quick. My brother just went to his local physician and he requested to be prescribed the ivermectin, and the doctor said he's like not allowed to do that. He's only allowed to give him the drugs that actually damage him. And I just found that fun. I'm like, what did you expect? But that's the state of the clown world we're living in, where the good stuff is illegal and the bad stuff, you can get as much as you want of it. But 1.1 million in play, and I'll leave it at that. But let's dive in to our next story of the day and do a little TA, aka astrology for the baddies. And we can't forget the broskies, of course. So let me share my screen, then we'll pull up some of the live charts. And again, this is special pod episode number 2000. That's crazy just saying that. And cheers to the next 2,000 bitty episodes. You should be able to see here, Bitcoin buyer dominance at 111,000. Suggest another wave of the gains. Can you handle the waves? Bring it. Check it. Bitcoin buyer remains dominant or buying on the exchanges as the all-time highs were met with the usual optimism. Data from Crypto Quant shows the 90-day cumulative volume delta favoring the bitty bulls, the CBDs. Let's get it. Not CBDs, just hence FYI. Bitcoin price all-time high continued to find support amongst the traders, with buyers staying dormant despite the market surging 50% in under 2 months. That's right. Analyzing the 90-day CBD, CryptoQuant contributor reveals the extent to which sellers have ceded control during that period. In short, buy orders have become dominant again. In other words, more buy orders are being placed in the market than the sell orders. This generally signals that the uptrend shall continue. Precisely. CBD measures the difference between the buy and the sell volume over the 3-month period, and until the mid-March sell side pressure dominated the order book, with the bitty hitting the multi-month lows of 75,000, God bless you, Nippinator, in early April. Neutral conditions prevailed until the buyer dominance re-entered in May. The summary of the situation is the price test above 110 and reaches a new all-time high. Buyers have not backed down. This could be setting the stage for another wave of the upwards momentum. Send it is all I gotta say. Hodlers have broadly refrained from distributing the coins to the market. At the current levels, daily profit taking is half of what it was when Bitcoin first reached 100,000 back in December of 2024, according to the research. While the price is 10% higher, and I see a massive contribution from the Oracle, she just gifted 5 memberships to the channel. So God bless you and thank you and congratulations, all the new members. I'll strike the gong for you after I read this story. And congrats again. And thank you so much, Oracle. You're a godsend. I appreciate you. So quoting the analyst here from Glassnode, older coins were much less active this time, signaling a stronger holding behavior. When Bitcoin hit the all-time high yesterday, total profit-taking volume was around 1 billion, less than half the amount of the unrealized Bitcoin first crossed 100,000 back in last December when it hit 2 billion. Despite the higher price, profit realization was far more muted as the bitty bulls continue to do their thing. Just ask Scottie Pippen. Ask him about Satoshi. Crypto Quant notes that the price momentum increased after reclaiming the average cost basis for the Bitcoin short-term hodler cohort at just under 100 G's. Entities buying within the last 6 months. Bitcoin is rallying after reclaiming the short-term hodler average cost basis, a key level that often serves as a strong buy the dip indicator. Speaking of buy the dip, shout out to the NIP, the one and only former chairman of the SEC, co-host of the podcast. And in breaking news, Bitwise research says 427 billion of institutional money is about to buy 4.2 million Bitcoin. Talk about an incoming supply shock, very limited amount of the bitty as the institutional FOMO, like a mofo, continues. Also, a trader with 800 million Bitcoin long says he is not selling, he's buying. This guy is a madman. Shout out to the madman. James Wynn, quoting him here. They're coming for me exactly as I expected. I ain't selling. I am buying into them. Position value now 809 million. The bulls are greater than the cabal. I repeat, the bulls are better than the cabal. Amen. but it gets better. Operation F the Bears. Trader James Nguyen just increases Bitcoin long to a new high of 1.2 billion. He's risking it all. Send it. And I love this operation. Operation F the Bears. Liquidate me. Biatch. Gotta love it. I love this energy in the market right now. And quoting the high priest Bitcoin, your holiness, Max Kaiser. Ramping up productivity means capital investment, means more borrowing, means higher interest rate costs, means more money printing, and inflation sensation from the Fed, who gives away money to the cronies who invest in non-productive boondoggles, means a U.S. bankruptcy is guaranteed. Couldn't have said it better myself, Max. So there you have it, yo. And again, we'll be pulling up some of the live charts. First, let me congratulate all the new members of the channel, and a special thank you to the Oracle for your contribution of gifting the memberships. Let's see who's all new members. We got Chris, we got C-List, we got Faceless Tube, Great U.S. Treasure Hunt, and Stephen C. You've all been gifted the MicroStrategy membership on behalf of our very own Oracle. So thank you, JC. Ice, baby. This gong strikes for all the new members, and for you, Oracle. Thank you. Let's go. And again, a very special celebratory episode. I pulled out the cigar. I don't light it. It's for the look. I just bite it on my Will Smith. But nonetheless, very special, historic day. Not only did we just hit a new all-time high the other day of 112, which is phenomenal. However, this is episode 2000, so thanks for all the biddy love in advance. It's greatly appreciated. And with that being shared, let me pull up some of the live charts, and we'll do a little live chart action, Jackson, satisfaction for the baddies. Here we go. Let me know if you're ready. Mom spaghetti. Here we go. You should be able to see clear on your screen. There's the 1 hour chart. We have a bullish green target, bullish pennant in play. Sitting at 116 all day, every day. What more can I say? It's inevitable. Let me know when you think we'll hit that 116 bullish pennant here on the 1 hour chart. And we'll work our way backwards from there. Just take a quick look. Checking out the 4 hour. 4 hour chart, very lit, bullish pennant. We do have a target, same as the 1 hour, I believe, 116.3, as you can see live and on your screen. And zooming out from the 4 hour, let's take a look at the 1 hour. I mean, the 1 day, bitty broskies. The 1 day shows us we finally got a correction after 3 days of pure bullishness. Again, all-time high, followed by all-time high, price discovery. I can get used to this. Welcome to the summer, and let's get it. Bitty summer heat, we're bringing it like we're in Miami. Only I'm in Puerto Rico, and it's just as hot, just FYI. But you can see a big red candle correction today, but I think the bullish momentum is likely to proceed. You guys let me know your thoughts, and happy TGIF, by the way. It is Friday. Let's see if we get a little weekend bitty pump, or if the correction continues. And checking out the weekly, nothing weak about this weekly chart. We have a rising wedgie, the only wedgie I approve of. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on our 7th green consecutive week. Even with the pullback today, we're still in the green for the week. So let that sink in. We're most likely going to get our 7th weekly candle green close here in a couple of days on Sunday Fun Day. And we also have a target on the weekly sitting at 124,000, which is a cup and handle target. And zooming out from the weekly, we take a look at the monthly. And the monthly chart says it's going up forever, Nippinator. That's right, according to the Nippinator indicator. Big bull candle already forming for the month of May. We still got a week left to put a bow on it. And last month was a green candle close as well for April. I mean, as soon as we entered Q2, pure bullishness. So the Bitcoin bulls are back in town. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, again, welcome everyone to the live stream, try stream. We're up to 600 people on the stream. Make some motherfucking noise. Fairground watch from Cornwall, England. Shout out Cornwall, England in the building. Pretty little bitty doing its thing, I dare say.
All you have to do is to buy and sell. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wishing ain't the way to Bitcoin go. All you have to do is to buy and sell.
And again, shout out Ray Egan. This is a track he produced. Let me know what you think. Is it a track you want to hear more of in future episodes? I think it's fire. It's his 110 track he created several months back. This is my first time playing it on the stream, just FYI. But let me know. I'm vibing to it. Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Has anyone played Yu-Gi-Oh! Here? Free the biddy. Exactly. What time is it? It's biddy go up time, precisely. And again, welcome everyone. This is a historic pod episode number 2000. Long time coming. Finally here. Another historic day in the biddy market. Biddy may be correcting, but we did just smash 112, so it's all good. Next leg up. Analysts are suggesting 300,000 by next month. Let that sink in. Potential 3x gain from the current price action. So if you're excited for that, let me know. That's going to be our featured story of the day. I'm going to take my last sip of this espresso, and we'll continue with the biddy news. And there's another track by another Bitcoin artist by the name of Jay Lewis called Can We Get Much Higher? And I've never shared this one either. It's another jammy jam. I love it. I'm vibing to it. I'm going to play a glimpse of it, and then we'll start with the news. And welcome everyone to the live stream historic episode number 2000.
Can we get much higher? Can we get much higher? So high. Can we get much higher? So high. Can we get much higher? So high.
Yeah. I fantasized about this back in 2010, bro. Dreams of limbo, life stacking up that crypto. Hodl through the lows, yeah, the highs will follow. How you say pouring Bitcoin, me no hablo. Let my wallet grow, blockchain my bravado. From Satoshis to stacks, you know the motto. DJs need to listen to the markets. You ain't got no BTC in your portfolio, ain't got no Bitcoin, bro. Stupid, but what the hell do I...
Yeah, you got it, Oracle. Let's see what I missed. Just ordered a shirt from hangovergang.com. Memorial Day charity going on. If you have charity shirts, 100% of it goes to the veteran charities. Good to note that. And thank you for supporting the veterans. Oracle, mad respect. Again, the website is hangovergang.com. Let's get it. Bitcoin historic post-halving performance every time makes epic 12 to 18 months. Bitcoin is in month 13. Let that one sink in. It's about to get much higher.
I know, I'm just a tech guy rapping in my silo. Watching charts like they speak to my soul. 10x gains, woke up feeling whole.
Can we get much higher?
Price flight like a fat Ethereum pump. Stacks on fire, now the bulls in a Bitcoin jump. Beyond the flood, hey, trader, tell me how do you hedge the losses? Reset the dip, rebuild the bosses. Reclaim the run, retrace the process. We stop the fiat game, we kill the wallets cautious.
All right, let's get it. And again, shout out Jay Lewis on the tracky track. But anyways, next story, we did our TA. We have a lot of news to share and a lot of excitement in the markets. The markets are doing its thing, of course. But let's dive into our next story of the day. Headline is Lending ditches their ETH and shifts their full custody model for Bitcoin loans only. Let me know if you've ever heard of this particular biddy lender. Again, LEDN. Ledin or Lendin, however you want to pronounce it. But let's break her down, shall we? Digital asset lender Lendin is transitioning to the fully collateralized Bitcoin lending and discontinuing support for Ethereum. Smart move. In moves designed to consolidate its Bitcoin-focused business and further safeguard client assets against credit risk. And I think that's a smart move. As you know, Bitcoin's volatile enough. Ethereum, extremely risky and even more volatile. So probably not the smartest to get an Ethereum backed loan, hence why they're no longer moving forward with that option. So it's best for everyone. In adopting a full custody structure for Bitcoin loans, Lendin will no longer lend out client assets to generate interest. The company disclosed on May 23rd. Instead, Bitcoin collateral will remain under full custody of Lendin or one of its designated funding partners. This means assets aren't rehypothecated, reused, or loaned out to generate yield. My understanding is Strike, Jack Mallers' company, is offering the same thing because I watched a video from him the other day. Strike just introduced non-rehypothecated Bitcoin-backed loans as well. So there seems to be a lot of competition stirring. And I think at the time when he made the video, Mahler said the rate was 12% interest, and he said by the end of this month, his goal was to get it down to single digits, which is ultimately hinting at 9%. Now, Reed said the move brings the company back to the roots and aligns more closely with the Bitcoin founding principles. Quoting them here. Bitcoin was created as a direct response to the risk of fractional reserve banking and unchecked use of the client assets to generate the interest. Good point. Traditional finance relies on constantly reusing the client assets to create leverage and ultimately inflation. Bitcoiners instinctively reject that model. That's why we've moved away from this approach entirely. And rather than fragmenting the platform to chase marginal volume, they say we're going all in on the Biddy and simplifying our stack to reflect what our clients actually value. Well done. Founded in 2018, Lending has emerged as one of the largest lenders in the digital asset space with a loan book value of $9.9 billion. According to the Galaxy Research, the company enables Bitcoin holders to borrow against their assets, giving them access to liquidity without having to sell their holdings or trigger a taxable event. This approach is commonly used by the wealthy investors who take out low-interest loans against stocks, real estate, and other assets to access cash. Now, here's the caveat. I'm going to assume it's this way, as all the lenders I'm aware of in the Bitcoin space, typically your longest term is 1 year. So that's kind of the caveat. It's not like you can get a 30-year Bitcoin-backed loan, unfortunately, or everyone in the world would already be doing so. But anyways, Bitcoin's Genesis block was mined in the wake of the global financial crisis in 2008, offering a world-of-sound money alternative to the inflation-prone fiat money system. Bitcoin now thrives within traditional finance, especially after the successful launch of the Bitcoin ETFs. In 2011, BlackRock alone has generated over 600,000 Bitcoin, and the institutional FOMO is no joke, hence why it is in full effect. Institutional FOMO, like a mofo, not slowing down any day soon. My shirt says, if you don't stand behind our troops, you are welcome to stand in front of them. Powerful. Nip's whole life is the Bitcoin. It's all he knows. Exactly. Yeah, I use them. They are very good. No problem closing a loan and redrawing my Bitcoin. Good to hear that, Shane. So you had a positive experience. Moonstone says, I've looked into London. They don't serve California residents. Interesting. But sounds like they're making some positive changes. No ETH, no hypothecation. There you go. There you go. Genesis block was mined back in January of 2009. Let's get it.
Sorry for the bears, but I'm still hodling regardless. The plan was to mine until my stack's enormous. But what's worse, the crash or the boredom? Fresh air, checking my cold storage. Too many paper hands, that's why they can't afford this. Don't make me pull my keys out, Don't make me pull my keys. Watch the hash rate climb, and witness new ATMs.
Can we get much higher?
So high, in the bull run, there's a seance. Just whales, no plebs on. Then the chain filled with notes on. Saw the FOMO hit exchange and froze on. And the sell-off, it won't spare us, but...
And again, welcome everyone joining us. Happy 2000, JV and Nippinator. Appreciate all the love. That's right. This is episode 2000. We have 665 viewers. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. And we're still in the thick of it. We have a lot of Biddy news to share. So without further ado, let's continue with the news of where we left off. Next headline, U.S. Bitcoin ETFs near record month after 1.5 billion of inflows in the past 48 hours. That's right. Check it. Spot Bitcoin ETFs in the U.S. are heading for the record-breaking month, helping push Bitcoin to new all-time highs amid the rising institutional demand. The U.S.-listed spot Bitcoin ETFs recorded more than $1.5 billion in combined inflows over the two-day period, with $608 million on May 21st and $934 million May 22nd. A repeat performance of the past 2 days of inflows would see monthly inflows surge to $6.68 billion, surpassing the monthly record of $6.49 billion from November of 2024. ETH inflows helped Bitcoin rise to new all-time highs of 112, which is current price discovery, on May 22nd, which was just yesterday, before retracing to 110 on the 23rd, still up 19% in the past week. Not too shabby, and like I said, past 7 weeks, pure bullishness, as we saw in the charts. The robust ETF inflows at a Biddy rise at a new all-time high signal growing institutional demand and rising realized profits without the increased selling pressure. Institutional inflows, corporate balance sheet moves, and macro dislocation converge into the clear message: Bitcoin is no longer the alternative. It's becoming the benchmark. Recent surges of the ETF demand coincide with the $1 billion worth of the Bitcoin being withdrawn from Coinbase, and a move analysts view as a signal of increasing institutional appetite. And word on the street is institutional inflows will push Bitcoin to 200,000 above and beyond. That's right. The structural inflows from the institutions may help Bitcoin surpass that 200,000 base case before the end of this year, according to Bitwise head of research, quoting him here. So the base case is 200 G's, baby. Conditional, on the U.S. government not stepping in. If they step in, we'll move closer to 500. And guess what? You absolutely know they're stepping in. Of course, they're going to print and do what they do best. So, and then, of course, Trump has the go-ahead to continue with Bitcoin acquisitions through the budget-neutral strategies as the game theory continues around the world. Bitwise's in-house prediction for 2029 is 1 million. I say that's pretty bearish, but hey, what do I know? Is what it is. And also, as far as the top assets in the world, I believe we're now number 4. So did we just surpass Apple? Someone told me we were number 4 earlier. According to this chart, we're number 5. So you guys verify that for me. Gold is currently 22.3 trillion market cap and still over 10 times larger than Bitcoin's 2.2 trillion, which makes Bitcoin the world's 5th largest asset, according to the coin market cap data. And if you don't know, now you know. And next up, we'll be discussing Michael Saylor's new Bitcoin prediction, not the 13 million one. And then massive news of 300,000 Bitcoin price by June, now the most popular call option. Game on. And if you don't know, now you know. And again, welcome everyone to the live stream. Should I say bullish? Was CNA 50 a live episode yet? I'm not sure what you mean by that. CNA 50. Who's selling the biddy to the likes of Larry and Michael? That's a great question. We're dumping hard, says Winbella. See, I can't even see the price action because my screen's dark. So I'd be able to see I can actually look at my ticker though, back there. It looks like we're 108.5. So we are dumping a little. I wouldn't say dumping hard with a 2.5% correction, but to each their own. Passed Amazon and backed off by a few milli. Thanks for the verification there, Greg. That's right. This is episode number 2000. And this gong strike is to celebrate episode 2000. Thank everyone for supporting the stream. It means the world to me. This gong strike is for y'all. Bullish.
The ledger is still bears trust. I cashed out a little, kiss some profits, and woke up stacking Satoshi's flawless.
Oh, good point. No, CNA wasn't always live. Several hundred episodes were pre-recorded. I don't know which episode we transitioned into live streams, but you're correct. From the get-go, when I launched the channel, I was pre-recording, editing, and it was just too much work. And I eventually transitioned to live streams, which I prefer 100 times better. I have more fun with them as well, interacting with you guys. So I'm glad this is a live stream. It's less work and it's funner.
In the bull run, there's a seance, just whales, no plebs on. Then the chain filled with nodes on. Saw the FOMO hit exchanges froze on. And the sell-off, it won't spare us. But the ledger, it still bears trust. I cashed out a little, kissed some profits, and woke up stacking Satoshi's flawless.
Can we get much higher?
Can we get much higher? Let me know. Dump all weekend for the B-shape recovery. As long as it's a bitty-shape recovery, it's all good in the hood. I have now witnessed the 2000th episode. Exactly, King Christopher. And greatly appreciate the support. Again, thank you, everyone. We're live streaming this special episode 2000. As always, we have 736 live viewers, and we're going to transition into our next story of the day. So let's get it. Next story of the day, the latest from the Giga Chad, Mikey Saylor. Headline reads, Michael Saylor has a new Bitcoin prediction and is not 13 milli. That's right. Saylor believes Bitcoin will hit 13 million by 2045. But he also says that his company will become a $10 trillion company. And you know his big idea is to become the largest Bitcoin bank in the world. And obviously, he already controls a massive amount of the Bitcoin supply. I think it's roughly 3%, just shy of what BlackRock has accumulated. But let's now dive deeper. MicroStrategy, now branded as Strategy B, could soon be the most valuable publicly traded company on Earth, according to its own analyst, Jeff Walton. So shout out Jeffster, quoting him here. Strategy will be the #1 publicly traded equity in the entire market, he said to the Financial Times documentary. Saylor's $40 billion Bitcoin bet. His reasoning, Bitcoin Lots of it. He makes a good point. The company now holds 568,840 BTC, worth $59 billion. Good Lord, Michael. And Walton believes that the pile of digital gold is unmatched. Quoting him here, Strategy holds more of the best assets and the most pristine collateral on the entire planet than any other company by multiples. It is not just the Bitcoin stash. It's the ability to raise capital fast. In late 2024, Strategy raised $12 billion in 50 days, something Walton calls insane. I dare say insanity. Now, Saylor, the company chairman and co-founder, Mikey Saylor, is even more bullish. He told FT that he believes the company can 100x from here. MicroStrategy is in a position where we can grow from a 100 billion enterprise to a 1 trillion enterprise to a 10 trillion enterprise. That vision is tied directly to the BTC price. Saylor predicts Bitcoin to hit 1 million within the next 10 years and 13 million per coin within the year 2045. If that happens, our company becomes the most valuable in the world, and there's no doubt he'll probably hit that target. Still, the risks aren't lost on Saylor. He emphasized even if Bitcoin were to crash 90% and stay down for years, we would still be stable. So take that, bears. I mean, a lot of you guys are wishing on his demise and his company, but so be it. We'll see who gets the last laugh. MicroStrategy has a market cap of 117 billion. So to hit 10 trillion, it would need an 85x, a moonshot even by Bitcoin standards. Now, if MicroStrategy was to 85x, what do you think will happen to the Bitcoin price? Let that sink in. But if Bitcoin does reach the 13 million mark, as Saylor envisions, then maybe, just maybe, Strategy won't be a bull bet. It'll be the biggest win in corporate history. So if Strategy were to be valued, let's do some math, at 10 trillion, based solely on the current Bitcoin holdings of 568,000, each Bitcoin would need to be worth 17.6 million per Bitcoin. That would place the crypto far beyond the current projections, validating Strategy's long-term bet on Bitcoin as the superior store value. So you already know. And at the current price, I guess when this article was made, we were only 104. So they would need 96 million Bitcoin to be worth 10 trillion. Obviously, Bitcoin price is up a little since then. To reach the 10 trillion valuation, Strategy would need to surpass every asset on earth except gold, beating Microsoft, Apple, and Bitcoin itself. Good luck with that at 2 trillion, because naturally the bigger Strategy becomes, the bigger Bitcoin becomes, and vice versa, as it's ultimately a Bitcoin treasury company. But you already know. And again, next up, our feature story is $300,000 Bitcoin price by June is now the most popular call option. We'll be breaking this down. Welcome everyone joining the live stream, tri-stream, historic episode number 2000. And if you don't know, now you know.
And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin.
Greg says, just remember, MicroStrategy bought most of their Bitcoin on 2x leverage. Whoa. Wowzer scoop.
And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it.
Yeah, then what, Michael?
Mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth, which is Bitcoin.
Well, there you have it. Typically, we only ever take financial advice from Jim Cramer, but every once in a while, a little birdie by the name of Michael Saylor likes to whisper in our ear. Testing, testing. Oh no, my sound went out. That was a little odd. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. I can't hear myself no more. I think I muted myself. Let's see. There we go. Better, better, better. Cool, cool, cool. All right. That sounds stable, 90%. It'll be Tesla versus MicroStrategy, predicts C-List. Right on. And again, this is a live and interactive stream for those that don't know. Divine Omen right here, 777 viewers. I dig it. JV, were you a math major? That's kind of funny. I majored in skipping school and meditating and practicing Kung Fu. That was me in school. 225,000 bear. 1 million for the cycle peak. Can I get a gong strike? Gong, 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 gong. There you go. Send it. I think 1.1 million is just what the doctor ordered. Again, we got the prescription from Dr. JV, Dr. Nippinator Indicator. I didn't go to high school. I went to school high. I'm just playing. I never did that. I was a good kid. I just didn't like listening to authority. Something I despise is other people telling me what to do. I just won't allow it. I've always been that way, from school, everything, right? If you want someone to do something, don't tell them what to do as if you're a god over them. People hate it and they despise it. So I'll never allow people to control me in any way, shape, or form, or tell me what to do. I was that way as a kid and absolutely that way as a Bitcoiner adult. So F around, find out. Ask the Nippinator. He's not playing any games. Nippinator, he's in full attack mode recently. Since Gensler was lurking on yesterday's stream. And he hasn't gotten any rest. So he's resting up, channeling Satoshi just like Scottie Pippen. And, you know what I mean? And again, welcome everyone to the stream. Live stream, try stream. There's a live and interactive. But to participate in the live and interactive chat, you got to join us on the tube if you don't know. It's cryptonewsalerts.net, which is the direct link. Seeds of destruction are planted. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Respect my authority, Cartman says. A little South Park throwback. But anyways, you guys ready for our feature story? Let me know, and we'll do that, and then we'll do some live Q&A, and I'll stick around a little extra for you guys. And again, welcome and congrats. This is episode 2000. And by the way, the frequency of the vibration is incredible. All the old churches had big bells, and that was to ultimately raise our vibration so we can tap into the Christ consciousness, but also to basically keep the bad, evil spirits at a distance. For lack of a better term, we're going to call them the lizard folk, because it disturbs them, and they can't hear that sound without going crazy. So if you want to make sure there's no demonic spirits in your church or in your office, you strike the gong. And the same thing during the live stream. Gensler, check it. Didn't stand a chance. I can guarantee you Gensler's not listening no more. Just saying. Bing, bing, bring it on. Bring it on, Mr. King Kong. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, we're going to continue with the news. You guys ready? You good? Let me get one more sip of the water. One more sip of the water.
It's red panty night when you sanctify me, eh? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
They're always saying I talk, but guess fucking what? He backs it up.
People are always saying about the talk, and I talk, but guess fucking what? I back it up.
You feel me? Shout out McGregor. If you didn't know, he's proposing a Ireland Bitcoin strategic reserve and running for presidency there. And yeah, Bitcoin presidents unite. Let's go, Connor. Mr. McGregor, back at your home with your wife. It's a celebration. You feel me? Loud and clear and smooth. Good, good. Just wanted to double check. That's good to know. All right, we're going to transition into our feature story of the day. And being I don't know if there's freeze frames today because I can't see it, I'm just going to assume there is one and give it a second, then we'll continue. Just give me a sec. What does it say? Gensler is stroking it at some university? Yeah, that's what I figured, Howard. Shout out Mr. Gensler, former chairman of the SEC. But no one did it quite like Nippinator, I dare say. But yeah, yo, let's get it. Now for our feature story of the day. $300,000 Bitcoin price by June is now the most popular call option. And here's the proof of work on that. And shout out Vivek. He's a great account to be following on X, by the way. He's the one who shared this open interest by the strike price. And there's actually an article surrounding it. So I'm going to share this. The headline reads, Bitcoin price prediction June, which is next month. Literally a week around the corner. Bitcoin option traders are betting big on the 300,000 strike price by June of 27th. And as I pointed out a little earlier, there's this trader, legendary trader by the name of James Wynn. And he says, they're coming for me exactly as I expected. I ain't selling, I'm buying into them. Position value now 809 million, a massive 40x long. And he says the bulls are greater than the cabal. I couldn't agree more. And then he had to step it up again. And he put Operation F the Bears, liquidate me, biatch. And he ultimately increases Bitcoin long to 1.2 billion, and he's basically daring the bears to liquidate him. Operation F the bears. I mean, don't get no greater than that. So long live the king. Let's go, Biddy. But anyways, Bitcoin price hit a new all-time high of 112 yesterday. In fact, we did a Biddy pump watch to celebrate. Let me know if you're on the live stream. There's a strong consensus right now amongst the experts that Bitcoin still has substantial upside for the short term. It's going to be a hell of a bullish summer, with 150 emerging as the plausible target for the second quarter. However, option traders are significantly more bullish with their Biddy price predictions. According to the CoinGlass data don't lie. Deribit's far out of the money Bitcoin call option with a 300,000 strike price expires on June 27th, and it currently holds the highest open interest across all Bitcoin options contracts. Let that one sink in. So despite the long shot, the Bitcoin price rising to 300,000 or more by June 27th, literally a month out, is currently the most heavily backed bet in the options market. That means the bulls are betting their Bitcoin on this particular target happening. Let me know if you agree or disagree. 300 G's next month. Holla at your boy. Now, Deribit's Bitcoin June 27, June 25th, 300,000 C is currently the largest single position in the Bitcoin options market with 5,593 Bitcoin worth of open interest. So that's a lot of bets. Deribit's Bitcoin call option with a strike price of 120,000, expiration date of June 27th, comes in at a distant second. So again, the majority are all betting on $300,000 Bitcoin by June 27th. If that comes into fruition, good Lord, we're going up forever, Laura. So for the uninitiated, call options are contracts that give traders the right, but not the obligation to buy the Bitcoin, fixed at a specific price, by a specific date. Traders typically use them to bet that the Bitcoin price will either rise, and if the market price exceeds the strike price, the option can then be exercised for a profit. The Bitcoin price exceeding 100,000 by June 27th is nearly impossible despite the soaring global liquidity and easing financial conditions. However, it's likely traders are using the $300,000 Bitcoin call options as cheap lottery tickets. Given the low probability of Bitcoin reaching 300,000, the premium on these contracts is currently very low. However, if Bitcoin were to surge rapidly to around 125 to 130 by the end of this month, within the next week, the value of these options could then spike, allowing hodlers to sell them for a significant profit, even if the strike remains far out of the money. Nevertheless, even this scenario paints an extremely bullish scenario for the Biddy in the coming weeks. So let me know your thoughts. And they also publish here realistic Bitcoin price prediction, what's most likely expected by the end of the second quarter. And we're only 1 month deep into the second quarter, by the way. Still got a bit to go. Ignoring the June 27 expiration date, Bitcoin call options with 120,000 strike price currently have the highest open interest. Smart money investors are therefore betting heavily that the Bitcoin price will far exceed 120 in the coming weeks. I'm a firm believer of that. I think that's easy peasy. However, global liquidity remains the best indicator for the Biddy price trajectory. Quoting GMI co-founder of the M2 Money Supply, he says, accurately predicted the April 7th bottom for Bitcoin. Now it's forecasting Bitcoin price will reach 160,000 mark in the coming weeks. Well, here's the deal. 300,000 is a hell of a target, but if we fall short and only hit 160,000, are you going to be complaining, Biddy broskies and Biddy baddies? Let me know. Quoting Raoul Pal, maybe, just maybe, it was this easy. I'll chat more about it and drink with the Raoul Pal. But anyways, there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts on the 300,000 Biddy strike price for June 27th. I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. It's good to be here. This beautiful, fantastical day. And shout out Robbie P. We haven't played his classic in forever, Bitcoin Slang. And if you don't know, now you know.
Hey, pay attention on how I break this Bitcoin slang down.
Check it. Follow the money is my thought. There you go. Why are they betting on that? What do they know that we don't know? Are you referring to that, those strike prices or that $1.2 billion 40x leverage from the historic trader, Mr. Wins? Either way, the bulls are in control. The bulls are bullish. We haven't seen this type of bullish momentum in forever. So game on, next leg up in play, price discovery, send it, make my motherfucking day. Just saying.
Check it, a Bitcoin is a currency, blockchain is technology, transactions take place on it constantly.
Again, 1.1 million in play, historic day, episode 2000. Question, do the 4-year cycles even matter? With most of the video already either mined or lost? Fantastical question. Do the 4-year cycles even matter? Some say the 4-year cycles are a thing of the past, like the ghost of Satoshi. You tell me, is this an extended cycle? Will we never be in a 4-year cyclical cycle again? Obviously, the halving will always be every 4 years. However, we may continuously hit all-time highs every year forever. That is an open scenario that can potentially be in play because we never had this level of adoption from a national level with country adoption, state level adoption, obviously all the institutional FOMO. None of this existed previous cycle. ETFs weren't even a thing until January 11th of 2024. So all this is new. Unprecedented times could lead to unprecedented price action, unprecedented cycles. So you tell me. I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. What does it mean when my Bitcoin wallet says native SegWit? So you have different options. Like for example, if you're using a Trezor, you can do the SegWit, you can do the legacy. My understanding is segregated witness. I believe that's what that stands for. Your address is going to vary depending upon what you choose. Some people prefer the newer addresses. I don't have all the technical data behind it, but you could choose ultimately. And there's no right or wrong answer, just what you think is best. You can go with the legacy or integrated, the SegWit, or there's probably other options as well. Sometimes the address will then start with a BC versus a different, pattern of digits. But if someone can break that down for me, we'll discuss it deeper, but I don't know off the top of my head. But I do know you get the option, which is nice. And I know certain options may have lesser transaction fees and things of this nature as well. What if there is more bearish than bullish? Listen, these options are very, very tricky because nothing is linear about the options. It's an option. Option. Optionality. Biddy. Fatality. Going up forever. I think Andreas has a good explanation of the segregated witness. Can I get a witness? Jehovah's Witness. Word up. Settle on the TH. Bitcoin is a beast. Operation Beast Mode.
A public key is your address, private key is your access, cash is trash, but a Bitcoin is an asset.
You got it, Oracle. Let's see what I missed. I have a 2x long. Oh, wow. Which exchange are you using for your 2x long? That's awesome. So you placed it yourself. And what's your goal with it? Are you going to ride it long-term, this entire bull? Or for a short-term game, let me know your idea. 1111 is good. 1111 is fantastical. 1111 is the God frequency. So you already know. The buyer took them as insurance. Options equals insurance. Therefore, the short seller, the short. You can't short your dork. We can't afford that. Thank you. Kraken Exchange. Shout out Kraken. Keeping it crack-a-lacking. Seems like the 108, the floor. Right now, I want to see the 150 of the biddy. By the end of the May, send it.
And stacking sats is like accumulating gold. A market order sold. The hodl is the hold.
Hodl. And again, shout out Robbie P. It'll go lower to 100% hedge. The option buyer expects to lose the money on the insurance options. Right on. That's awesome. And when did you place it? Did you just place that today, Oracle, or did you have that placed for a while? Ride it out. I won't close it. I got it until around 60 G's, baby. I have a bunch of the BitX calls. Word. But can it get much higher? Shout out Richard Pryor. Rest in peace. Tell me if you think we'll get much higher. And again, shout out Jay Lewis on that track. Fire. JV Play. Power to the people. Lennon and Clapton, Toronto set. And guess what? Are you watching, Serge? The Knicks are playing again, I believe, in Madison Square Garden tonight at 8 p.m. versus the Pacers. Will Indiana win again? The Knicks got an L in overtime last time. It's unacceptable. Brunson. We're not going to allow that this time. I froze. That's not good. Try to refresh because I'm not frozen on my end. I'm monitoring on the phone, and it looks good on my phone. So if anyone gets a glitch in the matrix, whop, whop, whop with the refresh, and you should be good. It's on my Sucks Cold wallet. Well, that's an interesting name for a wallet. Sucks in the bitty. I got, last year. More power to you. When we were at 60, riding in until it gets, wow. So it double up. My leverage is the 2x MSTR with the MicroStrategy and the 2x for the bitty ETFs. Fire. That's what's up. And again, welcome everyone. This is historic episode number 2000. Unfortunately, we're not pumping to a new all-time high today, but you can't pump to a new all-time high every day. How many all-time high price discoveries we have this week? Hit the 110, the 111, the 112. Before you know it, will be 333,000, which is a 111, 111, 111 trio, the Holy Trinity. Just saying.
Confirmation is that the transaction is back, the verification intact with minus proof of work.
Oh, don't forget to hit that repost button on X. I appreciate it. And all comments and quotes I will repost as well.
Our bankster is a crook, amateur traders get shook. Look,
the white paper is the book.
The white paper is the book. And if the price is low, you bought high and got stuck. So what's luck? Because if you got hacked,
that means you got.
That means you got fucked. And Bcash is a clone. Open source is the...
And exactly, Bcash is the clone. Tell him. Mr. Corvette, GTSY. Mine's a 20X, Matt Bukele. Let's get it. I don't have enough of the biddy to worry about the gains. I'm just holding what I got. You can't touch this. Didn't. You can't touch this. Just repost it. Thank you, Oracle. You're amazing.
Code. A computer running software is a node. I know you like the way I break it down, so let's take a moment to ponder.
How would $1 million pretty bitty sound?
How does $1 million Bitcoin sound?
Ain't nothing funny. Still nothing move but the money.
Ain't nothing funny. Don't nothing move but the money. Stop standing, be still. Don't nothing move but the money.
Shout out again, Robbie P. This is the Q&A segment, fam. I'm going to stick around for like another half hour. We're celebrating pod episode number 2,000. 900 people on the live stream. Nippinator indicator in full effect. And we had to zap a bunch of the trolls earlier. We got attacked right before the stream. I zapped like a few dozen of them. I know I saw you, Oracle, as well, so thank you. These 2x leveraged Bitcoin ETFs are risky in the times of the extended chop of the downtrend. Exactly. The risk is you can get liquidated if we reverse course. So I think anything more than 2x leverage is probably a bad idea. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. It's extremely risky, even 2x leverage. So I think 2x is smart. Anything beyond that is probably pushing it. Again, higher the risk, higher the reward, but more likelihood of getting wrecked. So you got to keep that in mind as well. I would never recommend like 100x leverage or anything insane like that. You're most likely just going to get liquidated and be donating to the exchange. You feel me? Can you feel it? Let me know. Shout out Nippinator. Keeping it nippy. Keeping it extra nippy in here.
Yeah, sure know what I think it is a nice fine day. 110K is really in play. Most of the chart seems like it's in slow-mo, but the retail crowd will be in big FOMO.
First up and down, the volatility is thick. You know it's just normal, not a fake card trick.
The money is there, all you have to do is bet. Put your money on down and you'll get there yet.
Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin go.
Thank you, Greg. Congrats, JV CNA crew, on the 2,000 streams. And just to be clear, I didn't do 2,000 live streams. We have over 3,000 videos on the channel. When I first launched, we used to do a pre-recorded show, and we eventually transitioned it to make it better into a live stream. So I don't know if it's accurate if I've done 2,000 streams. I don't know the exact number of streams, but we have over 3,000 videos on the YouTube channel, and this is podcast episode number 2,000, just for the clarity there. And thank you so much, brother.
All you have to do is to buy and sold.
You know what I think it is, a nice fine day. 110 Most of the chart seems like it's in slow-mo, but the retail crowd will be in big FOMO. Up and down the volatility is thick. You know it's just normal, not a fake card trick.
Oracle says 2 to 5x leverage is what I use. I was wrecked a couple of years ago when I used 50x. Learned my lesson. All right, so you're saying anything above 5 is probably way too risky. Makes sense, obviously. The higher that number goes, the more likely to get wrecked. I think I even messed around one time and found out, like back in the day when I first got into crypto, I'm like, let me try and 100x long. And like 2 minutes later, wrecked. I'm like, oops. But it was like very minimal, like a few $100. And I'm like, just to get the experience in. But I learned my lesson. But yeah, that's the thing. Congrats on your number 3,000. Well, I think it's number 2,000 if I'm not mistaken, right? Or are we 3,000? Are we at 3,000? Shit. I think it's 2,000. But thank you, brother. We'll manifest into the future. Before you know it, 3 years go by, we'll be at episode number 3,000, brother. It's about 3 years per 1,000 episodes, which is the mind-boggling part, making us the most consistent Bitcoin podcast on this flat plane, if you feel what I'm saying.
Money is there, all you have to do is bet. Put your money on down and you'll get there, yeah.
Let me know, Serge, if the Knickerbockers are going to win Madison Square Garden tonight.
Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with my X notifications today. I got 0 notifications of reposts or comments or anything, but I do see you guys are doing it when I go to the stream because I have 21 hearts and 16 reposts, but I have no notifications. So if I'm not reposting you back, it's because I'm not getting notified, and I don't know why that is. I probably need to restart the app or restart my phone or something. I'll get it figured out, but I just want to give it a heads up so you know I'm not ignoring anyone, and I do appreciate all the shares. Thank you. And again, shout out Ray Egan on the track 110, baby. Send it.
All you have to do is to buy and sell. On crypto, put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell.
And shout out Paris Hilton. She has the biggest following of all the people who follow me, and I just want to shout her out for following me. She's been following my CNA account on X for a few years now, and I just want to show her some extra love. Shout out Paris Hilton. Let's get it.
Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sold. Anyone can be rich on crypto.
And I'm looking in my timeline now, and I'm finding all the comments, and I'm reposting everyone. I just manually have to do it. Typically, it would all come up under notifications, but the app has been glitchy yesterday and today. I don't know why that is. Conor McGregor said he'll be the first president to put the Bitcoin on the Europe balance sheet. Back at your home with your wife. It's a celebration.
Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold. All you have to do is to buy and sell.
All right, back to the chat here. I'm going to continue to read comments. What's up, Paul Murphy? Welcome to the live stream. 106,520 is the old all-time high. Bitcoin may retest to establish. Are there any gaps there? I was curious. New support level, so don't be surprised. Surprise, surprise. One of my chickens ran into the house to get away from the mean rooster. Must have been the Bitcoin rooster. She is in the kennel in my room right now. Oh, wow. Wowzers. Trump crashed the market for the time being. I guess the tariffs, right? Well, they can't tariff Bitcoin. quoting Michael Saylor, who shared that on X today. Craziness. She just ran into the house when I opened the door. The rooster looked so disappointed. Oh my God. As a kid, the rooster used to spur me. What's the spur? You're very welcome, Paul. And again, welcome everyone. We got about 1,000 people on the live stream. We're streaming as Bitcoin continues to take over the world. Now a few words from our POTUS, President Trump.
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world. And we'll get it done.
We'll get it done.
If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else.
So he says Bitcoin will not be made anywhere else except in the United States.
If Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon. I want America to be the nation that leads the way, and that's what's going to happen. I pledge to the
Well, there you have it. You heard it from the POTUS himself. He's making a pledge.
The Bitcoin community that the day I take the oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's anti-crypto crusade will be over. It will end.
Finito.
It'll be done. It'll be done. On day one,
fire Gensler.
I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
You're looking at the new chairman. His name's Nippinator. Donald Bitcoin Trump. Greg, idiocy. My brother at his cabin had a flock of the turkey vultures land at his property. Oh, snap. Yeah, vultures aren't fun. Share the stream, legends. Thank you, Fairground, everyone else who hit that repost button. Comment, quotes, repost are much appreciated. And my apologies if I didn't see your repost or comment, because it's been a struggle to find them on the app for whatever reason. I stopped receiving notifications as of this morning. And even though I have it on all, it's showing nothing, which makes it difficult to find things. But I tried. I reposted many of you guys, so thank you in advance. Much appreciated. Let's go.
They not like us.
Tell them.
It is dead. Speculation is a bet. Bitcoin, a native currency for the internet.
I wish I could light the sage. The lighters are in the garage at the current moment. I do have the sage. I just keep forgetting to bring the lighter upstairs. But next time for sure. Twitter attacked earlier. Oh, is that explain it? So it's not just me. Is everyone's notifications not working? Yeah, because it's been frozen from like this morning. Nothing new has come up, which boggles the mind because typically every single time I refresh, you get new notifications every time I refresh. And I haven't got a single notification since the stream started. And I was scratching my head like, I didn't know what I did wrong, but apparently it's X. So we'll blame it on Elon, of course. Why was Bitcoin created in the first place? To circumvent the evil, corrupt forces of evil. That's why. The banksters. The gangsters. Bring the dang the lighters upstairs, Jimmy, dang it. We're not going to have it. I know. I need a whooping. Thanks for the love, Larry, on episode number 2,000 here. And cheers to the next 2,000 episodes. It'll take about another halving per 1,000 episodes. Kind of wild, I dare say. What a beauty. That's right. The 11-11-11 God frequency. It's a beautiful thing. The wonderful thing about Biddy is Biddy the wonderful thing. Breaking news, El Salvador just bought more of the Bitcoin today to add to the strategic reserve. Let's go. I dig it. Bitcoin country in full effect. Also, Michigan introduces a bill to allow their $100 billion state pension fund to invest in the hardest asset ever created, the Biddy. America is going all in on the Bitcoin. Colorado crypto not inflation is compounding, and at what point does it go exponential and we experience hyperinflation? If you look at the chart, the dollar, we came off the gold standard. We may already be there. And just hit you with a repost. Colorado. Thank you, brother. Binance founder CZ says he feels sorry for those who sold Bitcoin at 77. Jim Cramer, breaking news. There's no way Bitcoin's going to 1 million. Confirm we're heading to 1 million. Thank you, Jim Cramer, the only guy we take financial advice from here at the CNA. Bitcoin Cafe. Thank you, Kramer Nader. Yeah, to circumvent the fiat, the government, the central banks, and the market manipulation of the lizard people. And guess what? You ever look at what a parasite is on the microscope? It's basically the same skeleton as a lizard person. So I just want to throw that out there. Lizard folk and parasites are one and the same. So are they attacking us with the parasites to take over the body? Do some research. Just pulled out a new one. Fantastical. Bitty can't be printed. It's a set supply. That's what makes it so freaking great. Amen.
They not like us. They not like us. Panic sellers to sweat. I know there's a check. And to moon is for the price to move 100x.
Pump, 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 pump.
Pump it up. Get the pumpy pump. Mr. Corvette brought up a question. I only plan on addressing this one time. She publicly told me to stop using her music and her name. So moving forward, as of episode 2000, I will never again play her music or say her name as per her own request. So I just want to put it out there. And so moving forward, I will support a plethora of Bitcoin music content creators versus just one artist. And that's it. And that's all I'll say on that subject. I have to respect her wishes. And I feel it's best for the podcast to open it up for any talent in which I can showcase on the CNA platform. And so hence today I'm playing different music, supporting Robbie P, fellow Bitcoin content creator, Jay Lewis, Ray Egan, and anyone else. Feel free to send me Bitcoin music. I'll play your music as well, if I like it, of course. Obviously, I love her music. That's why we've been playing it exclusively for the past year, but episode 2000 and beyond, no more. We got new artists we're going to bring to the limelight that deserve some attention, and it is what it is. So, best Bitcoin songs for the win. Yeah. And I know you're a musician yourself there, Bill Graper, so I'm not familiar with Joey LaFew. It sounds like Pepe Le Pew, the old skunk from the cartoon days. So
Peter Schiff is a hater, Roger Ver is a traitor, also Wales are big players and manipulators.
Tell him, Robbie.
Oh, we get much higher. Pump it up.
And shout out, of course, Little Bubble. We play his tracks from time to time, one of the OGs. But anyways, looks like we're up to 1,100 on the live stream. Live stream, it was all a dream. I used to watch the Kaiser Report when I was 16. Tip NZ is royalty free. People play the whole songs on YouTube streams a lot. Oh, thanks for the heads up. Tip NZ. I haven't heard of that one. Oh, it's, what is it? Joalafa? Wow. Must be French. Joalafa. It's going to be a full-time job just learning the proper pronunciation. Right on, Bill. Stack or Star Volume 3. These recommendations, I'll take a screenshot of the recommendations. Weed and stats. You're speaking my language, Paul. Should I bring facts? We got the stats. They got opinions. We got facts. And that's a fact. Jack.
They not like us. They not like us.
They not like us. Little Bubble. In God we trust.
Pump it up. Like,
Pump it up if you came and went long. When the dip hit, you just aped like King Kong.
look, pump it up if your game and went long. When the dip hit, you just stayed like King Kong.
Wow, I nailed the pronunciation. That's almost godly. But now remembering it is a whole different ballgame, brother. Jalafa.
More than
Almost sounds like Mufasa.
5 sats in your stack, then get it on.
If you got more than 5 sats in your stack, let's get it on.
Had the people on my back to get a song. Bears broke, have a talk.
We smoked them like a bong.
We smoked them like a bomb.
Yeah, we heard Kramer report that.
Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that. Thank you. He said, sell, we bought more back.
Till we got a sore back. You can't short your dork. We can't afford that.
Till we got a sword back. Can't short your dork, we can't afford that.
My son's crying, JV. It's getting hilarious that he is so desperate to get back into my good graces. Well, God bless you, Oracle. Let him learn the lesson the hard way. It'll probably be the most valuable lesson he has ever learned in his entire life, I dare say. Some people prefer to learn the hard way. What can you do? You tried. Tell you a little secret, I'm French. No way. Are you, Mr. Corvette? I didn't know that. I'm all in on the biddy. To the moon.
Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that. Yeah. Crypto to zero, they really thought that.
Silly bears. Silly, silly, silly. Bitcoin treasury company Metaplanet is now Japan's most volatile stock. Gotta love it. Gemini announced a new Bitcoin credit card. Wowzers. Treasury Secretary Bessent says digital asset companies deserve regulatory clarity. That's what we're working towards. Director of GameStop insinuates institutions are going to increase their ownership of GME. They wrote logging for the future reference. Let's go. You know, they're sitting on many billions of dollars, probably looking to ape into Bitcoin. Ross Ulbricht, my big speech, Bitcoin 2025 is only a week away. Shout out Ross. He's a free man. $11 trillion BlackRock just bought 7,860 of the biddy for the ETF. Supply shock imminent. Saylor explains the game theory behind why the nation states will adopt the Bitcoin instead of trying to attack it. Precisely. Doesn't make sense. Attack biddy, you're really attacking yourself. That's all I'm saying. Very French speaking, or French Voltaire stated, 1720, all the fiat eventually always returns to the intrinsic original value. I only rapped one time. I never practiced. You can literally hear the first time that I ever rapped in a song, 03. No, you can't. It's not online. Ha ha. I did it all in one take. Freestyle the bars. My niece likes it. Well, kudos to the niece. Biddy's going to 500 G's, baby. I'm loaded up on the Metaplanet. It's totally gambling. Metaplanet did that the other day. 100% gain in one day. Wowzer scoop. Wowzer scoop. You're getting the scoop wowzer.
Pump it up.
Oracle, answer the phone.
Don't you know? Pump it
Then I'll get the lighters. If you don't answer the phone, I'm not getting the lighters. We're not lighting the sage.
up. You got to pump it up.
Pumping it up.
Don't you know? Pump it up.
Thank you, Jay Coleman. Appreciate all the love on episode 2000. Appreciate the extra love. Let's see where we're at. Looks like 1,200 live viewers. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. 26 hearts. 18 reposts. Thank you, guys. And again, X isn't working properly past 2 days, and I don't see notifications. Otherwise, I'm on it, and I just repost like a crazy man. But it's hard for me to even find where your posts are right now. But keep them coming. It does help nonetheless. German government sold the 50,000 Bitcoin at 55,000. Bitcoin's up 100% since. Missed out on 2.8 billion. Suckers. I don't know if I want that song out there. People like the song, but I'm not the rapper. But I put the reverb on the rap. That was a bad idea. My name means fire of joy, as the purpose to spread love, joy, and knowledge through music. Mad respect. So here's the thing. My email for the show is cryptonewsalerts11@gmail.com. Again, cryptonewsalerts11 at gmail.com. If you have any music that you feel I and our family will like, share it. There's no guarantee I'll play it on stream. I'm going to play the music that I love, and it is what it is. But if you feel you have some good music that you want on this platform, I'm happy to listen to it. And if I dig it, I'll play it. And we have a pretty broad audience. Thousands of people listen to our shows every day, you know, across all major platforms. So looking to highlight some more talent and content creation here. I do prefer my Bitcoin-related gamble. Don't do the casinos. Besides, twice in 30 years, $20 each. That's not bad. You're a winner. Stay away from the casinos. Oh, that's a reminder, bitcoincaps.net. If you want the hat, JV has. Thank you, Oracle. That's right. Shout out Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. Copy yourself a Biddy exclusive with the CNA logo. Has like roughly 50 or so different custom caps you can pop. Biddy is going to 5,000 or 500 G's. Exactly. That's why we stack pretty Biddy. 500 G's in play. Miko's World. That's right. I'm not going to remember anyone's name or URLs, FYI. If you do want to send music, you just got to send it to the email. And I only check email maybe once a week or every other week. So please don't, what's the word? Be impatient with me because I don't check email often. But when I do check it, I'll check it out. And again, if I like your music, I'll play more. And if you're watching Jay Lewis or Ray Egan, I already like your music, hence why we played it today. And if you have other music, feel free to send it over and I'll check it out. Check it. Microphone checker. I'm not going to pin my email because I despise trolls. And we already have a bad enough problem with spam, so you're going to have to write it down if you care. I don't want my email written down. It's Crypto News. I'll say it one more time. Crypto News Alerts 11 at gmail.com. I'm not going to write it down. No one write it down. If you care to send me something, feel free. If not, it's all good. But I don't want it written down because then it'll get spammed. Thank you. Very cool. Much appreciated. When Bitcoin will annoy my brother who is too lazy to know about the Biddy. JV, I can't frickin' sing. Got to get back to the world. Not financial advice, but the blackjack is fun. I love blackjack. It's my favorite game at the casino. When Bitcoin reaches 1 million, it'll annoy my brother. Well, just based on that, we're sending it to 1 million. Gong strike, Biddy Broskies. Bitcoin's heading to 1 million just to annoy Silas's brother. And remember, fam, there is no opponent.
What are your thoughts when facing an opponent?
There is no opponent.
And why is that?
Because the word I does not exist.
So,
sage advice right there. There is no opponent. Mr. Lee is like,
continue.
A good fight should be like a small play, but played seriously. A good martial artist does not become tense, but ready. Not thinking, yet not dreaming.
Just like a good Bitcoiner.
Ready for whatever may come.
Exactly. Mr. Dragon. Nippinator's looking all extra cute today. I think that's the indicator we're waiting on. Holy moly. Bitcoin's getting to the stratosphere, 300,000 in play by tomorrow. Thank you, Nipster. Give it up for the Nip. Standing obey, standing obey.
When the opponent expands, I contract. When it contracts, I expand. And when there is an opportunity,
I do not hit. It hits all by itself.
I do not hit. It hits all by itself.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When Bitcoin hits, it hits all by itself. Let's see what, I didn't even know which angle camera we were on there, so we should be back to the front cam. All right. like water, my friend. I thought you'd never ask.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
What happens when you put the water in the cup?
Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup.
But what happens when you put it in the kettle or in the bottle?
You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot.
Wow, that's... Tell me more, Mr. Lee.
Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Did he just say buy Bitcoin, my friend? Wowzers. He channeled Satoshi back in the 70s. Long live the dragon. Holy moly. Lee Jun-fan was ahead of his time. He said buy Bitcoin, my friends. You need me to play it again? Buy Bitcoin, my friends. Holy moly. Is Nip eating the bunghole? Absolutely not. How dare you accuse a Nipinator of licking a bunghole? We may need teepee for our bunghole because we're the great cornholio. But the truth is we need the Bitcoin for the portfolio.
Bitcoin.
I dig it. 225 bear, 1 million cycle peak. Send it.
What's the second best? There is no second best.
There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin. Hence the Bitcorn. The only non-GMO corn on the flat plane, I dare say.
There's no second best crypto asset. It isn't slightly different.
Nipinator's playing possum. I see you, Nip. I see you.
Bitcoin.
The Nip bunghole indicator, I'm offended. Boards don't hit back. Precisely. These fists of fury sure do, and so does my nunchaku. Test me.
Right, Bitcoin's a bank in cyberspace. Everybody.
Cheers, Sean06. Congrats, JB. Thank you for your daily info and energy. Right back at you, brother. Flexing on them. Let's get it.
And that's the only strategy. And at the end of the day, you can tell everybody to go fuck themselves.
Sailor, how dare you say that?
You can put it in your head, memorize the freaking key, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, my Bitcoin, I lost it in a boating accident.
What happens if I push you, Michael?
Push me too far. I lost it. It's gone. Sorry.
Tax that, suckers. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed episode number 2000. Sorry to say it's a corrective day, but we had a hell of a week, so we can't complain. Again, 112's current all-time high. We're sitting above 108.5, little pullback. Weekend is amongst us. Bullishness, pureness in the market. Very exciting times, and cheers to the next 2,000 episodes. And let's send this mofo to 300,000 by June 27th and blow all the mind to the bears and go from there. But greatly appreciate all the support. Make it a fantastical day, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's episode number 2001. My graduation year, by the way, from the high school. And we're going to be streaming tomorrow at 4 p.m. Looking forward to it. Make it a great one. Have a blessed day, and talk to you guys soon. Deuces.
This entire idea of like 60% dominance.